Credit Bernard for throwing him a strike on 3-2. As a pitcher, you're going to take that more than letting a hitter come back in a count and taking a walk. In order for Nolan Bernard to be effective, he needs to make sure he stays out of jams. Keep the innings quick. Parada ropes one down the line, foul. No balls, one strike. Parada hitting cleanup today. Alongside Akers, two of the big pieces to Kalamazoo's Northwoods League championship winning team last year. One of the great stories in Northwoods League history. Kalamazoo walking off the season in an 8-7 win against La Crosse in 14 innings last year in the championship. That was a game that was marred by a rain delay. The game took more than 5 hours. So the runner here is at first in Connor Schaus. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Bernard goes breaking ball there. He's ahead 1-2. Parada played once against Wausau, reached all 3 times he came to the plate. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Back in the tough loss in these two teams' first meeting. Bernard got the first 2 outs rather easy. Now Kalamazoo's making it tough on him. And it's a full count. Second half of the season, which is good news for both teams because they should have some more arms working as Bernard's going to step off here. The Woodchucks picked up a couple extra arms, activated them onto the roster today on second half contracts. And I'm sure Kalamazoo, after this road trip, will do the same. Runner from first is Connor Schaus. He'll be off to the races on the delivery. There he goes. Swing and a miss. Bernard strikes out 2 in his first inning of work. No score. The Woodchucks bat next.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Connections matter. From a simple hello to building a bond. From small towns to downtowns. Are your connections strong? Fiber internet from 123net. Where you work, where you live, wherever you need to connect. 123net.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
Here's what the Woodchucks look like as they begin the second half of play today. pretty regular batting order today for Wausau. Malone, Galvin, Schlotterbeck, Solis, Rodriguez, Baldriggs. That's kind of how the Woodchucks did it over their final week of the first half. Jake Weatherspoon's going to catch in the 7th spot. Birkeland hit second yesterday, but now he moves back down to the bottom of the order where he's been a lot more this season. And it wouldn't be a Wausau Woodchuck game if Christian Smith-Johnson didn't hit 9th and play in center field. Malone was 3 for 5 yesterday, and like we said, he was very good against Kalamazoo earlier this year. Evan Holinski is the pitcher, and he deals one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Redshirt freshman out of Kent State, 2nd season of summer collegiate baseball for him. He was in the Appy League last year for the Tri-State Colcoats. 4.64 ERA there in 2024. Swing and a miss. Got Malone on the breaking ball. 1-2. The last time Malone played on a Tuesday, well, last Tuesday, how about 3 home runs, 3 solo home runs in the Woodchucks' big win over Lakeshore. They won that game 17-7. If Malone didn't hit those home runs, they still would have won by a sizable margin. Nolan hitting over 450 at home this year, looking to get on with the leadoff hit. And it's tapped foul, trickling toward the third base line. You're going to have to hit this guy in Holinski. Very good at not surrendering walks. That's one of his biggest strengths. Holinski only walked 6 this past year with Kent State. But this count is full. He's only walked 3 in 19 innings with Kalamazoo. The most times that he's walked a hitter in his career in a game is just twice. Malone fouls it off. So here on this first at-bat, if you're Noah, you got to be thinking Holinski is going to fill the zone. So be ready to swing at something you might like in the zone. The powerful Max Galvin sits on deck. And another foul off. Fastball in the zone. Holinski, a Pittsburgh kid, played at Bethel Park High School in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, so just outside the Pittsburgh area, and won back-to-back state championships in PIAA Class 5. Noah Malone takes a walk. Normally, that is a pretty regular thing for the Woodchucks to do. They led the Northwoods League, or were second in the Northwoods League, in walks taken in the first half. But taking walks on this guy is not easy. Now Mr. Max Galvin took the weekend off, hit a home run in his last game that he played against Green Bay on Saturday. Of course, Galvin has been with the Woodchucks for multiple seasons and a very seasoned veteran now here in Wausau, but this is his first ever game against Kalamazoo. Line drive left center. Backing up is Schaus. He's got it for the first out. So Schaus makes the catch in left field. Let's take a look at the Kalamazoo field today. Kirikoff, the speedy Micah Kirikoff, is in center. Jace Lee is in right today. Akers at his regular spot at third. Coy at short. Thompson, Parada are on the right side of the infield. Jay Slater is the Kalamazoo catcher. Dylan Schlotterbeck will try to pick up where the Woodchucks left off. He takes low. Dylan was 2 for 5 yesterday, a single and a double. And in the first half, in terms of guys that lit it up in the Northwoods League, Schlotterbeck was a part of it. Top 5 in stolen bases, top 10 rather in stolen bases, top 15 in hits, top 5 in runs scored. High fly ball down the right field line. Lee giving chase all the way to the wall. It's fair and in the corner. Malone is racing towards third. The throw, he is out. Malone got a late jump, waiting to see if that ball was going to drop, and Kalamazoo guns him down at third. So it's only a single for Schlotterbeck. They're going to rule that he got to second base on the throw. That's a bit unlucky. In normal circumstances, you got 2 in scoring position here, but great throw by Thompson to take care of Malone, and of course, the experienced Brody Akers applying the tag. No problem. I'm sure Wausau will take their chances here with Max Solis. Solis had another great day at the plate yesterday. 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Led the charge in Wausau's 7-4 comeback win over Kenosha. The Woodchucks sweeping that 2-game series to end the first half. Runners moving to third. Called strike, throw over. Schlotterbeck is out. That ends the inning. Slater to Akers to gun down Schlotterbeck at third. Woodchucks get nothing and were scoreless going to the second on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
As a leader in orthopedics and sports medicine, you have access to great care here in Southwest Michigan. Whether you're a baseball player, a weekend warrior, or just enjoy being active, Bronson Sports Medicine will treat your injury and help prevent future injuries through a proper conditioning program. We're proud to be the official team physicians for the Kalamazoo Growlers. For additional information on our sports medicine services, visit bronsonhealth.com/sportsmedicine or call 855-618-2676.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
Folks, summer collegiate softball is back after an outstanding inaugural season. Northwoods League softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. Boy, the Aspirus Terrace is packed for some Northwoods League baseball today. Beautiful day to come out to the ballpark. A bunch of people coming tonight to support the Woodchucks in what should be a very fun matchup between two teams who, like we said, came in with very high expectations, and two teams who definitely have realistic chances of winning their respective second halves and going on to the Northwoods League playoffs. Both of these teams had leads in their respective divisions with 1 week to go in the Great Lakes West, but couldn't keep the hot streak going. Could not win the first half. We begin with Notre Dame's Jace Lee in the top of the second. South Bend kid, so this was an easy decision for him to play for his hometown Fighting Irish, and a sharp grounder to short. Backhanded by Birkland. The throw's wide, and the tag was not applied by Rodriguez. Lee sneaks it out, and he's on base after an error by the Woodchucks defense. So now Micah Ryan Strakirikoff, one of the few out of Kent State that plays here for Kalamazoo. It's kind of in that area, Kent State University, and so some of the Golden Flashes go play summer ball in Kalamazoo. Runners moving here, and Weatherspoon double clutches the throw, which means Lee is in safely. Stolen base number 2. That's right, 2 of the year for Jace Lee. Only stole 1 base in his first 20 games, but maybe that is a matter of Kalamazoo trying to do something new in this second half. Maybe some speed can help them on the base paths in the second half. They were bottom 10 in the league in stolen bases in the first half. Lee stole that rather easily. Stays here. The 2-0 is chopped to third. Schlotterback will throw to first. There's going to be no throw back to third as Lee slides in safely. And the Growlers have the opening run of the game 90 feet away. So Kirikoff does his job in moving the runner, and here's the Duke catcher, Jay Slater. Breaking ball, 12-6 motion is low, 1-0. Slater was the bullpen catcher this year for Duke. They made it to the Super Regionals. Unfortunately, a tough loss to the Cinderella story in college baseball in Murray State. He's also a Pennsylvania kid, just like the pitcher that's throwing to him tonight. 10th best player in Pennsylvania, number 2 catcher. 6A first team All-State in high school. Waves and misses at that one, 1-2. So with the runner at third here, opportunity for Nolan Bernard to adjust and find a way to get out of a jam, which is something that he's been learning to do this summer. Nice block by Weatherspoon. Lee will stay right where he's at. Growlers were top 5 in the Northwoods League in the first half in runs scored. Looking for total run number 245 to take the lead. Little chopper to Bernard, and it's a weird play. It went off his glove. Both runners will be safe. Lee comes in to score. So that's the second error of the inning for Wausau. It was a tough play because Lee made it tough, running in from third to score, and he made Bernard rethink exactly how he wanted to play that baseball. He charged the mound, tried to toss it to Weatherspoon, but never scooped it. So Kalamazoo's got its first run of the 2025 second half slate. They lead 1-0 here in Wausau. Now Avery Thielman. But first, a pickoff attempt on Slater. Thielman's lone home run of the year came against Wausau in that 12-3 dominant Growlers win. He sent it the other way, too. Right-handed hitter, relaxed swing at the plate. And he shows it there by ripping one to left, and Galvin catches it on a one-hop. Base hit and 2 aboard for the Growlers. So he fields it on a one-hop there, Galvin. And now Kalamazoo's trying to build this into a bigger inning. They'll rely on another Kent State guy in Matt Thompson to keep the inning going. Started his career at Youngstown State and then moved to the Golden Flashes this past year. Showing bunt, laying it down. Bernard's going to have to field it. The throw is late. Kalamazoo using some small ball to load the bases as the last 3 have reached. The Growlers are putting something really good here together. Infield bunt single for Matt Thompson. And now the dangerous Brody Akers can try to add on to this Kalamazoo lead. That time Bernard cleanly fielded it, but Thompson raced it out. Very well-placed bunt. That's back behind Weatherspoon. Another Kalamazoo run is going to score. Slater crosses the plate. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And on the wild pitch, it's 2-0. Corey Thompson on his way to the pitching mound. And this is a good conference to have. Not the inning the Woodchucks were looking for, especially defensively. And I think the quick meeting on the mound is, hey, everybody reset here. Still only 1 out, and if you can hold up here, that would be pretty good, given the circumstances of this inning. 2 Growlers have reached on errors, and both of those players have scored. This is tapped down the first baseline. It'll stay fair. A run will score, and he's safe again. Akers runs it out to first. Another infield single for Kalamazoo. Thompson will stay at second, but Thielman scores 3-0 Growlers. Wow. This has been an attack out of nowhere from Kalamazoo. And in this inning, they've only put it in the outfield once. They have found what is working. Now another bunt attempt. They're going to continue to test Weatherspoon and Bernard in terms of fielding bunts. And Coy's a guy who's been hitting the cover off the ball. So you'd expect him to swing away. Just outside, 2-0. 2 very different frames for Nolan Bernard. Took care of the first without any trouble. Struck out 2. Now in this inning, Kalamazoo has taken advantage of some Woodchucks mistakes, and that, unfortunately, can be another one. Hit by pitch. Kalamazoo's got him loaded again. A couple of arms are warming in the Wausau bullpen, but at this point, those are some of the new players, including Grant Larson, who's throwing right now. Those guys might just be throwing their first bullpens, which means you don't know if they're going to come in. This is just their first day with the team. You saw Connor Hill throwing a little bit earlier. You might need them today. Well, the Woodchucks do not want to dig this hole any further. A double play gets you out of it, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. High and tight to Schaus, 2-0. Time for a slight mental reset for Wausau here to begin the second half. Schaus hacks one high in the air, down the right field line. Malone tracking off your screen, and he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. That is Thompson. He will score, and Schaus picks up an RBI. Akers moves to third, 4-0 Kalamazoo. Well, at that point, you'll take that. You'll take the fourth Kalamazoo run scoring just to get that final out. Or to get an out, rather. Crazy inning where Kalamazoo has jumped on Wausau, showing exactly what they need. Runners moving from first, and no throw from Weatherspoon. A stolen base for Coy. Well, if you're a Kalamazoo fan, you gotta love this. It has not been a great week in Growler Nation, but they have come out with some real intent to take care of their woes today. Tipped foul at the plate. So no balls, 2 strikes, and Weatherspoon goes to Bernard at the mound. And I think he's telling him, hey, let's end this inning here. Give Kalamazoo nothing more. Reset yourself. The Woodchucks offense has been looking better as of late, especially in the 2-game set against Kenosha. So look to them to make up the ground. 0-2 is cut on and missed. The Growlers bat around. They score 4. Big lead on the road for Kalamazoo on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
This time is rolling upon. What a grab by Serena Timmer. In contact. Left side, diving effort, what a catch! The winning run in the Honeybees. Have walked it off the fence and over the fence. That's going to be a home run for Shayna Bishop.
Dan Wood Company has been serving Southwest Michigan since 1991 and has been a part of a family tradition that has served Michigan from coast to coast for 110 years. One by one, we have built trust with our customers, providing the very best plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and water treatment services. Call us today and find out why getting the right repair on the first visit is why we say none compare with Woods Repair. Visit danwoodco.com.
Stay connected with America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand-pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you can tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Well, this already has the makings of being a crazy baseball game. The way these first couple of half innings have gone, the Growlers scoring 4 unearned runs in the top of the second to take a big lead on the road. Max Solis was at the plate in the bottom of the first when Dylan Schlotterback was caught stealing third. 2 Woodchucks reached in the first, but all 3 for Wausau have been put out, 2 of them on the base pads. By the way, credit Kalamazoo for turning the page after that tough end of the first half. 3-0 to Solis. The stats show that's the first time in 8 days and 10 games that Kalamazoo has taken the lead. That was a take for Solis, 3-1. Just saw there a moment ago. His home run numbers are nice. One of the best long ball hitters in the Great Lakes West. And he's been playing out of his mind these past couple days. Nice work by Holinsky to fight back as Solis fouls that one at the plate. Talked a little bit to Solis yesterday about his work in the transfer portal and coaches and what he wants coaches to see from him this season. And he had some great words to talk about there. And he whips one foul down the third base line. I asked him, hey, what are college coaches going to see out of you as a player if you go to their program? He said, a hard worker, a good teammate, and most importantly, a winner. Every coach would want one of those players. Swing and a miss. How about the fight back there from Holinsky to pick up his 19th strikeout of the summer? Few pitchers do it better than that right-hander in terms of starting behind hitters and then filling the zone at the right time. If you're a pitcher and you're finding a way to avoid walks, you've already taken care of half the battle. Dom Rodriguez sees a slider trail outside. 3 RBIs in the last 2 games for Rodriguez. He's boasting a 7-game hit streak. Nice off-speed pitch from Holinsky. And the reason why Holinsky has gotten into a groove is because that is how he goes deep in his outings. In that last outing for Holinsky against Battle Creek, he loaded the bases in the first inning. Rodriguez hits it high in the air into left center. Back at the wall. It's gone! Second home run of the season for Dom Rodriguez to get Wausau on the board. Making an 8-game hit streak for Mr. Rodriguez, and it's 4-1. Well, when you fill the zone, that means you're throwing strikes, and sometimes a hitter gets what he likes. Breaking ball down and in. Rodriguez loves to pull those, and he cracks that one out of here. So that's the kind of response the Woodchucks needed after that weird top of the second inning. Still a ways to go as Baldridge tried to sneak an infield bunt single. Fouls one back. That ball had a ton of carry on it too. Wind has died down a little bit, so that helped Rodriguez's ball carry just over the left center wall. And there's a ground ball foul by Cade Baldridge. That is home run number 23 for the Wausau Woodchucks. And as of late, they've been hitting the long ball well. A home run hit by Wausau in 4 of its last 5 games here at Athletic Park. Here's the Woodchucks bench watching Baldridge hit. And he sees a ball and leaves it outside. Tough to hit homers on this guy, too. That's just the second home run that Holinsky has allowed during this Northwoods League season. Baldridge swings at that one late and chops it over to second, and Thompson makes the play. The good news for the Woodchucks is that they can use what they learned from this weekend against Kenosha to their advantage today. Came back late in the 9th inning to beat the Kingfish on Sunday. And then yesterday, they were down 3-0 Only 3 hits until the 5th inning, and then they got after Kenosha's bullpen, turned the game on its head. High fly ball from Weatherspoon, shallow right center, and it is Lee there to make the catch. It trailed into right field at the very end. Dom Rodriguez goes deep for the 2nd time this season. The Woodchucks are on the board, trailing by 3 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus, engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion.
What's up?
Artificial intelligence, real results.
That's not us looking out, kid.
I'm so glad you and Jack
We
are
do that
home.
all the time.
His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud. There's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
So take a look at the Great Lakes East standings in the first half there. You just saw them a moment ago. Kalamazoo led that division for most of the season in the first half, but ultimately Traverse City and Battle Creek got hot at the right time. Ended up playing a winner-take-all for the first half last night. In the first half finale, Traverse City beat the Battle Jacks 5-3. They won their final 6, the Pit Spitters, to clinch a Northwoods League playoff spot for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons. That means that Kalamazoo's going to have to win the second half to get to the playoffs. Growlers, 2-time Northwoods League champions. They won it last year, 42-30 record. And 36-35 overall in 2022, but was good enough in one of the 2 halves to make the playoffs and go on to win. Lee lifts one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're Nolan Bernard, you got to come back out on the mound and flush that last inning. And also remember that it could have been worse. Growlers strained at 2 in scoring position to end that frame. Now you just got to get back to dealing. Lee rips one into left field, and it's a base hit. Jace Lee is back in business. That's his 5th hit against the Woodchucks this season. He's a Chucks killer, at least that's what he would say. That's why he was our player to watch on our pregame show. That's a simple swing, too. Now Micah Kirikoff. And he checks his swing, and he did not go. Lee stole a base earlier today, so let's see if he presses his luck here in the 3rd. Lee is moving. Pitch high, throw from Weatherspoon. What a tag by Birkland, and Lee is out. That is a heck of a defensive play by both catcher and shortstop. Weatherspoon catches his second stealing in the last 3 games for him at catcher. The throw was a bit wide, but boy did Birkland turn and find the tag. Those two have teamed up for some big gundowns at second base this season. Of course, Jake Birkland won finest in the field in the Northwoods League last year in shortstop. He's shown his talent again. Defense all over the place, by the way, for Wausau. You got the reigning JUCO Defensive Player of the Year in Division I behind the plate. And you got another Gold Glover at third base in Schlotterbeck in JUCO D1. Best in the Field Award winner Jake Birkland at shortstop. Best in the Field Award winner in left field in Max Galvin. And a base hit in past the gap on the left side of the infield. Kirikoff is 1 for 2. So he replaces Jace Lee at first base. Other good piece of hitting by the Growlers. They've now picked up 6 hits in the first 3 innings. Slater had a crazy piece of contact back in the second inning. He chopped one in between the catcher and the pitcher. Bernard was trying to field it. He couldn't field it cleanly. So Slater reached on an error. Runners moving, and a chopper to third. Schlotterbeck collects and fires it on the run to first for the second out. So Kirikoff, since he was running on that pitch, is able to get into scoring position. But there you go. More great fielding for the Woodchucks. We just talked about Schlotterbeck. And no matter if he's at shortstop or third base, you don't see him make very many errors at all. His fielding play is almost underrated. But it's been so consistent, like everything else from him this season. Kirikoff back to second base after the pickoff attempt by Bernard. Western Michigan's Avery Thielman out of Kalamazoo Central High School, 4-year starter there back in 2022 when his high school career ended. Looking to be a business major. He is a two-way player, so he can also pitch a little bit, but found most of his time at the plate this year. Just outside on the fastball, 2-0 to Thielman. Avery now 3 for 5 with 3 runs scored against the Woodchucks in 2025. Credit Bernard for working through this inning a lot more comfortably than the second, but this inning is not done yet. Still got to get one more guy out. Thielman waves and misses, 2-2. Let's see if Kirikoff tries to run here with 2 strikes. He will move. Strike 3 called. Inning over. Bernard has 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. Wausau down by 3 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
Why is it a good thing for people to call Miss Dig 811?
Because we don't want stuff to blow up. Because you don't want to hit a pipe or anything.
You have no idea what's underneath the ground, man.
To make your digging safer.
Purely safety.
To be safe.
To make sure that people are being safe.
People should call 811 to stay safe.
It's important to me because that way you're protecting the people in the community around you.
I think I can speak for a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Call sails around the path.
In college, it's a lot of pressure, but like here, everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
I didn't cast it. Are you a baseball or softball coach? One Way Coach-to-Catcher communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. Here's another guy who's taken his first hacks ever against Kalamazoo in Jake Birkland. Holinsky starts him off with a strike. Jake was the small ball king yesterday. How about a couple bunts? Picked up a sac bunt yesterday for an RBI and an infield bunt single. Looks at a slider there. He's down 0-2. Birkland's family was in attendance yesterday. They will travel over from Minnesota to watch him play from time to time. And a bouncing ball back to the pitcher, and there is the first out as Holinsky tosses it to Parada. Had that gotten past Holinsky, it might have been a tight play, but as a pitcher, sometimes you got to flash your leather, and that's what he does right there, the right-hander. Christian Smith-Johnson. Boy, was he good yesterday. Back to his normal self, went 3 for 4 in the 9 spot. He was our player to watch for today after awesome numbers in the first half. 4th in the league in batting average, hitting .402. 4th in the league in stolen bases. Top 15 in the league in RBIs. Swing and a miss, 1-1. That breaking ball has been working today for Holinsky. And outside of the mistake he made against Rodriguez, which ended in a solo home run to give the Woodchucks their only run thus far, it's been lights out. Now the bunt attempt down the third base line. Akers tosses and gets Smith-Johnson. Brody Akers was all over that bunt attempt. I think that's the best I've seen a third baseman field a Christian Smith-Johnson bunt all season. That goes to show you Akers' experience in the Northwoods League. Showed off right there. He beat Smith-Johnson out by a step and a half. That never happens. Slider off the plate for Malone. First meeting between these two teams here at Athletic Park since 2022. And a fly ball foul down the right field line. The last time these two teams played at Athletic Park, it went pretty well for Wausau. They won 23-5. One of the, I believe, 4 games in the Corey Thompson era where the Woodchucks scored 20 or more in a game. And it's actually the most runs that the Woodchucks have scored in a single game under Thompson, although they've come close a couple of times already this season. Let's see if Malone gets something here on 2-1. He doesn't, and it's a 3-1 count. Malone starting to really swing the bat well and starting to get a lot of recognition around the league. And he takes his second walk. Here's a stat for you. Noah Malone has now taken 40% of the walks that Evan Helinski has thrown this year. 2 of the 5 walks for Kalamazoo's starter all season have come from that guy. Whether it's plate discipline or fate, who knows? But it gives Galvin a chance to hit with 2 outs. High fly ball into center. Backing up Kirikoff a couple of steps. He'll make the catch in the shade to end the inning. Woodchucks strand 1. Evan Helinski is off to a good start here for Kalamazoo. We go to the 4th on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what, if you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, 1, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. Like, I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Connections matter. From a simple hello to building a bond. From small towns to downtowns. Are your connections strong? Fiber internet from 123net. Where you work, where you live, wherever you need to connect. 123net.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. A portion of the proceeds for each bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation. Well, we'll be celebrating that American flag here in a couple of days. As the 9-hitter Thompson looks for another infield bunt, and he is out. Nice work from Rodriguez to tag Thompson before he slid to the base. So Thompson was looking for infield bunt single number 2. Hustled it out hard, but how about Dom making a nice play? One of the more awkward plays he's had to make at first base. Remember, that's not his normal position. He's played a lot in the outfield, especially last year in the Northwoods League with the Rochester Honkers. That's way over the head of Brody Akers. Like we were just mentioning, 4th of July, there will be a game here at Athletic Park. Boy, we cannot wait. 6:05 against the Madison Mallards. There will be post-game fireworks. It's a Friday night. There is no better thing to do in Wausau on the 4th of July than come watch the Woodchucks. But of course, these two need to play their 2-game set first, and then the Woodchucks got to go play at Madison on the 3rd of July before the return game here. That's just a tad high, 3 balls, 1 strike. Akers has taken 71 walks in his Growlers career. That time a smoke shot into right, backing up Malone, and he adjusts to make the play. Right at the last second, Noah Malone backing up until he ran out of room. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. So if Bernard can get Coy here, that would be his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. It is so hard as a pitcher to recollect yourself after that 4-run inning in the second where Kalamazoo caused chaos in the infield and took the big lead. It's a pitcher, it's tough to recollect yourself. Broken bat, pop fly to short. Birkland moves to his left to make the catch. There is Nolan Bernard's first 1-2-3 inning. 4-1 Growlers on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
As a leader in orthopedics and sports medicine, you have access to great care here in Southwest Michigan. Whether you're a baseball player, a weekend warrior, or just enjoy being active, Bronson Sports Medicine will treat your injury and help prevent future injuries through a proper conditioning program. We're proud to be the official team physicians for the Kalamazoo Growlers. For additional information on our sports medicine services, visit bronsonhealth.com/sportsmedicine or call 855-618-2676.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players at Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
The Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. It's loved by millions. It's Stadium Mustard. As Schlotterbeck flies it foul and out of play over towards the patios down the right field line. I just saw a shot of the moon here in Wausau. It's about halfway full. I am not an astrologist by any means, but that is midway through the cycle, I would imagine, which is a great symbolic look at where the Woodchuck season is right now. It's about halfway. Wausau finishing the first half with a 21-14 record. They went 11-5 at home and they were second in the Great Lakes West in the first half, coming just behind the Green Bay Rockers for top spot. Schlotterbeck belts one. Deep into left. Back goes Schaus. That baby's gone! Dylan Schlotterbeck goes deep to cut into Kalamazoo's lead just a little bit more. Third long ball of the season for Schlotterbeck. Makes it 4-2. The Woodchucks fans loved that one. No doubter over the left field fence. Another breaking ball. And the Woodchucks are starting to wait on that breaker a little bit more against Holinski. 2 solo home runs are the 2 runs today for Wausau. First Rodriguez, then Schlotterbeck. And Dillon's on base in the last 11 games. So Lee sends one the other way. It will hook foul. The way that the Woodchucks have played in the last couple of days, if you would have asked me if they had hit 2 home runs in a game, I would have imagined this guy would have hit one of them, at least, maybe both. Two balls, 1 strike to Solis. The Woodchucks were down 3 early against Kenosha yesterday, came back and won by 3. This is a guy who's found a ton of power. Now he's got a count to work with. Hitting .500 with 20 RBIs in his last 10 games. Swing and a miss, full count. Holinski trying to get back to his strikeout stuff. We've seen him on 3 balls a lot against Woodchucks hitters, but he's always found a way to fight back today. Couldn't catch the corner, Solis takes a walk. He mixes in those walks every once in a while. I love Solis' mentality on the game of baseball. He says, man, baseball is just a process. You keep working, you keep grinding, the results will come. He talked to me about that yesterday. And for him, the results certainly have come. Let's see if Dom can go deep again. A solo home run back in the second. Smoked up the middle for a base hit. The Woodchucks are building something here in the bottom of the 4th. Rodriguez is 2 for 2. And out comes the Kalamazoo pitching coach. This is the first time that we've really seen Holinski get tested today. And I think Growlers fans would agree that if they want to have a successful second half, the improvement has got to be prioritized on the mound. Kalamazoo wants to find what they had last year, the kind of pitching that led them to the Northwoods League title. They were 2nd in the league in ERA, top 10 in strikeouts. They gave up the 2nd least walks in the league last year. And opponents only hit .249 against Kalamazoo. That was top 3 in the league last year. Unfortunately, in 2025, those pitching numbers have been a bit down, but with the second half coming in, new arms can change those statistics. That's lifted foul the other way by Baldridge. Cade grounded out to second, back in the 2nd inning. Yesterday went 2 for 4, 2 singles and a stolen base. Starting to become the day in, day out second baseman for Wausau. Pop foul 0-2. And that's how Holinski wants to start in at-bat. Much better. Now you're comfortable. You're in your 0-2 spot. Your payoff pitches have been there in spots today, and an opportunity to pick up your second strikeout. Woodchucks' plate discipline on 0-2 today has been really good, specifically Baldridge. Cade, one of the shorter players on this Woodchucks team, just 5'9", but when he gets a hold of one, it goes a long way. Baldridge puts one up the middle, base hit. Let's see if Solis is stopped. He will get stopped, then Solis is gonna go. He has to go now, he's gotta go. There's a run around the bases. Safe is Rodriguez, Solis is out. Crazy chaos on the base pads for Wausau after Kirikov mishandled it in center. Solis was initially stopped, then Kirikov mishandled it, and Solis was told to go home. He recognized it late. And that is a heck of a way for Kalamazoo to get their first out of the fourth. So Baldridge is credited with the single. Rodriguez moves to third, Baldridge to second on an error from Micah Kirikov. And then Solis is out by a pretty sizable distance at the plate. There was a massive logjam on the base pads there. Once Baldridge turned the corner for second, Solis had to go. It was almost like the athletic park was shouting in unison, "Go home, go home." He just didn't realize in time. Drilled into left, back going, Schaus, nice catch on the run. A run will tag and score from third and Rodriguez, so Weatherspoon picks up an RBI, and all of a sudden it's 4-3. That was inches away from dropping, and if a couple things go different for the Woodchucks in this inning, heck, they might have tied it or take the lead. Shades of what happened in the top of the second for Kalamazoo, where these hitters are putting the ball in play quickly and often. And the field's got to be ready on every single pitch. And they are going to appeal to third here, and that is unsuccessful. So the run will score. They were checking to make sure that Rodriguez tagged appropriately to get home. He did. Berkland can try to tie it here. Baldridge has speed at second base. The pitch. Strike one. So that logjam made things interesting for the Woodchucks, but good on Solis for going home at the end of the day. Kalamazoo could have gotten a heads-up double play if Solis had gone back to third. And by the way, on that play for Solis, he did nothing wrong. Jake Schultz, the third base coach, put the stop sign up, held the hands, and Solis stopped at third, but then changed his mind once Kirikov didn't handle it correctly in center. Berkland grounds it back to Holinski. Underhand, toss to first to end the inning. The Woodchucks scored two, but it feels like they could have had some more. Kalamazoo holds on to their lead on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Dan Wood Company has been serving Southwest Michigan since 1991 and has been a part of a family tradition that has served Michigan from coast to coast for 110 years. One by one, we have built trust with our customers, providing the very best plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and water treatment services. Call us today and find out why getting the right repair on the first visit is why we say none compare with Woods Repaired. Visit danwoodco.com.
knocked it off an 8. A diving catch, my goodness!
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud, there's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like because there's a ton of hours. And I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Sunny skies here at Athletic Park. We're working in the low 80s today. Wind has been whipping a little bit. When it has, it's been coming in, and then a little left to right action as well, which is the way we like it here at Athletic Park. Xiao singled in the first, and on a foul out to right, he picked up an RBI and a sacrifice. Chop foul on that pitch. 1-1. Connor out of Jasper, Georgia, Pickens County High School is where he graduated from, business administration major. Breaking balls pulled in by Weatherspoon for strike 2. Kalamazoo scored 4 in the top of the second. Woodchucks have scored 3 runs since then. Ooh, boy, just a tad low. 2-2. Bernard has shown something today in this start that he hasn't shown in any of his previous starts, and that's the ability to flush a bad inning and pull things back together. That's up the middle for another leadoff hit. Kalamazoo had a leadoff hit in the third. Now they've got one in the fifth. Schaus is 2 for 2. But even with runners getting on base for Kalamazoo, I feel like this has been Bernard's best performance of the season when he's worked with runners on base. And he's still been efficient in his pitch count as well. Swing and a chopper. Rodriguez fields it in foul territory. That would have been a tough way for Parada to go down. There's a couple of the Woodchucks enjoying themselves. One of them is on the ledge right there, just behind Jake Birkland, who's playing at shortstop today. The bullpen players have used that ledge to hang out during this season, and they'll be happy. There is shade in the bullpen today. Yesterday, there wasn't a ton of it, so the guys were trying to find shade any way they could. But with the sun setting in left field, that means the bullpen players get to enjoy the shade. If you're not from around Wausau, you might be wondering, why in the world did Athletic Park get built where the sun was setting in left field? I got to talk with owner Mark McDonald about that this season as that one's put in play. Baldridge will go to second, actually go to first. Good adjustment. He bobbled the throw to second, and so he went to first instead. and getting an out instead of getting nothing will go all the way. Ends up being a fielder's choice, and Kalamazoo has a runner in scoring position. Back to that sunset, though. Mark McDonald told me, remember that Athletic Park was built way back in 1912. It wasn't even called Athletic Park back then. There were no night games. There were no lights. You didn't play night games in baseball. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. And Athletic Park has never adjusted the way the Diamond's outlook has been. So, for the foreseeable future, the sun's going to set in left field. And it's one of the perks of this brilliant ballpark that people love. Jace Lee is 1 for 2, reached on an error in the second and scored. That's just a tad high, 3-0. If you're wondering what Athletic Park was called back in the day, it was Yawkey Park. That was named after the president of the company that owned this land way back a century ago, Cyrus Yawkey. That name didn't stick for long. Lee swinging on 3-0, fouling it off. It's actually funny. In 1912, it was called Yawkey Park, but in 1919, the city of Wausau took over ownership of the field, and they called it Recreation Park. But that name didn't stick long either. About a year later, people started calling it Athletic Park. Nice slider. Full count. And henceforth, the name Athletic Park has been around for 105 years running. Payoff. Strike 3 called. Lee thought he was going to first. He can head back to the dugout as Bernard picks up K number 5. Jace Lee had the better of Bernard in the first 2 at-bats for him, so for Bernard to respond in that at-bat and get him looking, that goes to show the longevity and the stamina that Nolan is starting to build over the summer. South Florida's got to be liking what they're seeing. And this has been a tough start to traverse. But Nolan Bernard has not blinked, staying consistent. Kirikov grounds one sharply on a one-hop to third. The throw from Schlotterbeck ends the inning. Nolan Bernard, 3 scoreless innings consecutive for Wausau. The Woodchucks down 1 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Connections matter. From a simple hello to building a bond. From small towns to downtowns. Are your connections strong? Fiber internet from 123net. Where you work, where you live, wherever you need to connect. 123net.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
Plenty of fans here at Athletic Park on this Tuesday night. Woody chopping it up with some fans right behind home plate. And looks like some kids want his autograph. There better be a smiley face on that baseball if Woody knows how to do it. 9-1-2 for the Woodchucks. Smith Johnson pulls his bunt attempt back 1-0. That is how he tried to get on base the first time, and Akers ate it up. Look at 2 Woodchucks in the top 5 in batting average across the league. So they're the only team to have 2 players in the top 5 in batting average, qualified players in the Northwoods League. One of them hits at the top of the order, one of them at the bottom. Smith Johnson, a slow roller to short. Coy on the run, throwing to get Smith Johnson. That bat might have been broken in the process. Did not sound sweet, the contact right there. And Smith Johnson's 0 for 2. Malone has yet to put it in play, but production nonetheless. 2 walks for the leadoff man for the Woodchucks. Malone has reached base safely 49 times in 22 games. Now he's showing bunt. Akers was charging in. It's fouled off. I love how Noah Malone is approached this summer. At the beginning of the summer, you saw him and you said, wow, this guy's really talented. Can he stay consistent throughout the grind that is this Northwoods League season? An emphatic yes is the answer to that question. 18 RBIs, like we said, hitting the cover off the ball at Athletic Park. And he fouls one off to stay alive. 703 slugging percentage. That leads the Woodchucks. 20 hits this season, 13 of them for extra base hits. So when he takes his swings and puts them into play, it goes a long way, and he gets on base anyways. The best in the Northwoods League out of the 24 teams. And he'll be on base the 3rd time with a single into right. That is why he's hitting in the leadoff spot. Corey Thompson loves guys that get on base. That's why the team is so good at it and leads the league in on-base percentage. And he's a guy that Corey Thompson just loves. Always stays loose and always is bigger than the moment, Noah Malone. Inside to Galvin, 1-0. No action yet in the Kalamazoo bullpen. They're prepared to let Holinski go here. He's trying to make it to the 6th for the 3rd time in his 5 starts in the Northwoods League. Galvin's hit it into the outfield twice, 2 flyouts. But like we said, Wausau is the most impressive hitter in the 2024 season. Swing and a miss. Holinski went back to his curveball, which has been his killer on this Tuesday night. Galvin looking to turn on one. Two-seamer outside. 3-1. Now Galvin's got a hitter's count. Max had a great year at Miami. .313 hitter in 60 starts. Malone is barely safe at first base. And you can argue that his time Galvin in the Northwoods League helped him get to a Division I school in Miami after not playing at Oklahoma State. He takes a walk. So for the first time in Evan Holinski's collegiate career, he walks 4 batters in a game. That's hard to believe. Last time he faced Schlotterbeck, Dylan took him deep on a breaking ball. Woodchucks are starting to power up at the plate. And not surprised that he threw a fastball there. 1 ball, no strikes. Dylan's starting to get up there on extra base hits. 10 of them so far now with the home run. Like the fact that these two teams are playing a tight one after Wausau won game 1 of this 4-game season series in Kalamazoo decisively in mid-June. Kalamazoo responded with a big win over Wausau in game 2. Good take from Schlotterbeck. Try to work the count in your favor. Dylan showing a different approach than when he swung early in the count for his home run earlier. Runners stay. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dylan Schlotterbeck looking for walk number 33. If he gets it, that ties him for second in the Northwoods League. Trevor Johnson's also on that list for Kalamazoo. Instead, a base hit to right. Malone is going to be sent. The throw from Lee to the plate. Wow, Malone's going to be out by about 2 steps. Jace Lee takes care of business in right field for Kalamazoo. Makes no mistake on his throw and holds the Growlers lead. That is a dart. And it denies Schlotterbeck of his second RBI of the day. Galvin up to third on the throw, but all's not lost because you got Max Solis stepping up. And he's yet to get a hit today. Looking to extend an 11-game hit streak. Or a 10-game hit streak to 11 games. Started 0 for 23 on the year, but 20 hits in his last 10 games has turned the season in a full 180 for him. And I talked to him about that 0 for 23, and he said, listen, I didn't even think about it as trouble. I just thought it's baseball. Kept my mentality. You put the work in, results will come. Schlotterbeck stays at first. Check swing from Galvin. He did not go around. He's got a 3-0 count. Holinski in danger of walking a 5th hitter. He had only walked 3 hitters this season coming into tonight. Strike 1. But once again, Solis, in a hitter's count, has mashed the breaking ball this season. What does Holinski throw him here? Nice take from Solis. Ball number 4, second walk of the inning for the Woodchucks. That will load the bases for Dom Rodriguez. Well, listen, if they're going to pitch around you, might as well take your walks. That's walk number 7 on the year for Solis. Or rather, walk number 10 for Max. Now a guy in Rodriguez who has gotten Holinski twice today. 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. Woodchucks had a big 5th inning yesterday, scoring 4 runs. They don't want to leave them loaded here. Check back to first, and he's out! Big throw from Slater to get Kalamazoo out of the jam. Nice tag from Parada. It's still 4-3 Growlers on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
As a leader in orthopedics and sports medicine, you have access to great care here in Southwest Michigan. Whether you're a baseball player, a weekend warrior, or just enjoy being active, Bronson Sports Medicine will treat your injury and help prevent future injuries through a proper conditioning program. We're proud to be the official team physicians for the Kalamazoo Growlers. For additional information on our sports medicine services, visit bronsonhealth.com/sportsmedicine or call 855-618-2676.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
So how about this? This is the deepest Nolan Bernard has gone in a game this season. He is going to try to get through the 6th. He's on 86 pitches, so you got to be careful. Obviously, after 100, then things get very interesting, and you start talking pitch limits. But right now, he's going to try to get the bottom 3 of Kalamazoo's order. How about Jay Slater making a heck of a play to end the bottom of the 5th. A snapback throw to first to catch Solis, who was just a little too far off the base pads. And nice curveball from Bernard to make it 0-2. Good pitch, good leave. 1-2. Slater today, 0 for 2, reaching on an error, scoring a run. First appearance from him, or third straight appearance for him, and a bouncing ball to short. Birkland fields it and fires to first. Bernard's retired 4 in a row, and he's retired 9 of his last 10. He is back to his best stuff. And he's tied his career high in strikeouts with 5. Had 5 in early June against Royal Oak. And you can look at this start for Bernard in 2 ways if he finishes the 6th. You can look at it as ah man, one bad inning, failed it. Or you could say, hey, I rebounded after that bad inning and took care of Kalamazoo the rest of the way. The conditions have been great today for him to pitch in, and the South Florida freshman has delivered. Now a ground ball left side. Birkland backhand throw on the run. Oh, he doesn't get him. Rodriguez couldn't quite scoop it. Unfortunate. That would have been Birkland's best play of the day so far. The fact that he almost made that felt like the Jake Birkland from 2024. I know he's frustrated at himself, but I'm not sure how you can be frustrated after at least making that play close. It goes down as an infield single. Thompson has an infield single today. In both at-bats, he's laid down a bunt. Trying to use some speed. Oh, a belt shot into left. Back goes Galvin to the wall. It's gone! Matthew Thompson has his second home run for Kalamazoo in 2025. The Growlers take advantage yet again. 6-3 is the score. The 9-hole hitter has had a great day after 2 small ball plays. He goes as long as he possibly can. I don't think anybody expected for Thompson to have that kind of swing, but found a pitch he liked and smoked it. That's a big way for Kalamazoo to take back control in this game, and it is the last pitch that Bernard throws. Bernard's line finishes like this: 5 1/3 on the night. He gives up 9 hits, 6 runs, 2 of them earned. The only 2 that were earned were on that home run right there. He did not walk a batter today. He struck out 5. He did hit a batter. And outside of a couple slight mistakes, he found his stuff again. So welcome back to Wausau, a new pitcher for the Woodchucks, Richie Lacine. Lacine played in Wausau 2 years ago with the 2023 Woodchucks team. A 2-2 record and 16 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 15 back then. Out of Mokina, Illinois, 4 years at Lawrence University. Fastball, slider, splitter combo for Lacine. Out of Lincoln Way Central High School. He's been here in Wausau for a little bit, but the Woodchucks decided to save him for the second half. Currently in the graduate transfer portal, he's gotten some really good looks already. Here's the best thing about Lacine. He's going to come into this season a heck of a lot better than he was back in 2023 for the Woodchucks. The funniest thing about it all is that back in 2023, remember, that was the gap year that Corey Thompson took. Thompson did not coach the Woodchucks that year, so Lacine played for a different coach, but the connection stayed in Wausau. He always wanted to come back, and now he gets to pitch for Thompson. This past year, he was a Friday night starter for Lawrence. All 9 of his appearances were starts, but a lot of teams and colleges are recruiting him to be a bullpen arm. So now an adjustment has to be made for him in his form, but he knows how to pitch out of the bullpen too. Akers takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Lacine had the Lawrence University save record as a freshman back in 2022. 6 saves for him that year. Did not play in 2023, only 2 appearances in 2024. But then again, made big impact in D2, or D3 rather, in 2025. Akers rips one towards right. Back goes Malone to the warning track, and he's got it. Malone makes the catch on the run for the second out of the 6th. Akers sent that one pretty hard. I thought that one was more of a bloop hit, and then that ball just kept on carrying. We've seen the ball carry a lot today. 3 home runs combined between these two teams. This is a guy who can certainly hit them, and Noah Coy. That time trying bunt, and it's to the backstop. Coy leads the Growlers in hits, in runs batted in, batting average, stolen base, on base percentage. But today he's 0 for 2. He got hit by a pitch and did steal a base back in the 2nd. Also out of Notre Dame, Lassine responds to make it 2-1. Got a couple of two-sport athletes working against each other, or multi-sport athletes. Coy played football, baseball, and basketball in high school. At Center Grove High School. Both of these guys are really good football players. Like to see pitcher and hitter go match up on the gridiron. Coy smokes it into center. Smith-Johnson back to make the catch on a line. Midway through 6, Kalamazoo 6, Wausau 3 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
This time is Growing upon what a grab by Serena Timmer. In contact, left side, diving effort, what a catch!
The winning run of the Honeybees.
Have walked it off the fence and over the fence. That's going to be a home run for Shayna Bishop.
Dan Wood Company has been serving Southwest Michigan since 1991 and has been a part of a family tradition that has served Michigan from coast to coast for 110 years. One by one, we have built trust with our customers, providing the very best plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and water treatment services. Call us today and find out why getting the right repair on the first visit is why we say none compare with Woods Repair. Visit danwoodco.com.
Stay connected with America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand-pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Welcome to the Northwoods League, Drew Duckhorn, the new pitcher for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Before we talk about him, let's talk about the Headset app. Are you a baseball or softball coach? One-way coach-to-catcher communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. Rodriguez was at the plate in the 5th, but Max Solis was picked off at first on a snapback throw, so he never got his chance with the bases loaded back in the 5th. Rodriguez, a loop shot down the right field line, and it's a fair ball into the corner. Rodriguez is looking for 2. He is out! Chase Lee does it again in right field. That's the 3rd time he's gunned down a Woodchucks runner. Dom is denied an extra base hit. The Kalamazoo defense has been doing this all night. Well, Rodriguez technically gets a single on that play, so he's now 3 for 3, but he's out at second base. In all honesty, the Woodchucks would say right now if they had had a little more clean work on the base pads today, they could be in front. A lot of guys have been out on the base pads for both teams today. This is a fun matchup. 2 players that were once teammates. Cade Baldridge at Cowley Community College was a freshman when Duckhorn was a sophomore at that same school. Ooh. One teammate hits another. No love lost between former Tiger teammates. Baldridge will take his base. I'm sure not a ton of intent there, but if you're a Cowley College baseball fan, I'm sure that one will amuse you. Duckhorn spent 2 seasons at Cowley College, and now he plays at Charleston Southern. Got here today, joined the Growlers on their extended road trip in Wisconsin. And just like Lacine, he makes his first appearance of the Northwoods League season. Slider called a strike to Jake Weatherspoon. Duckhorn out of Hindale South High School in Orland Park, Illinois. So up near the Chicago area. Baldridge goes back to first. Duckhorn has a big baseball family. Has a brother that played as a utility player at Northern Illinois. And Connor Duckhorn. And his dad, Michael Duckhorn, played baseball at Louisiana Tech. Now he plays D1 baseball. Weatherspoon sees strike 2 go by. Picked up a sac fly, Weatherspoon back in the 4th on a hard hit ball into left field. 2-2 is in the turf, and the count will run full. So Duckhorn getting a little bit of help from his field, but you don't want to let this inning build by giving free passes away, especially in your first appearance of the season. Here comes Duckhorn. Inside just barely. Jake Weatherspoon walks, and it's first and second with 1 out. The Woodchucks are playing today with a household name in attendance. The legendary Steve Foster is here today for Wausau. If you have watched Woodchuck baseball for a long time, you'll remember that name. The coach that led Wausau to the 2003 Northwoods League Championship. Back when they were called the Wisconsin Woodchucks. That's off of Slater, both runners move. Wild pitch sends Baldridge to third, Weatherspoon to second. Now can the Woodchucks cash in? Steve Foster in attendance today as the Texas Tech's pitching coach. He just took up that position. Said he's coming to the Northwoods League to find some arms. no better place to start. Watched batting practice from both teams and has watched today's game. And to have a Big 12 D1 pitching coach in attendance, boy, that's going to perk every single pitcher up that takes the mound. Got to talk to Foster a little earlier today. He said he's got fond memories of Wausau. Things are a lot different, though, from back when he was here with the Woodchucks. Back then, there were only 12 Northwoods League teams, he told me. Birkland rips one into left, base hit. It's just a 2-run Growler lead as Birkland comes through with an RBI single. The first 4 for Wausau have reached in the frame. And that breaks Birkland out of a mini slump. Let's see if Mr. SJ can keep the line moving. SJ short for Smith Johnson. RBI number 5, by the way, for Birkland on that base hit. Duckhorn fires. Bunt attempt pulled back 1-0. We saw the Woodchucks use the bunt on a squeeze play yesterday in the comeback against Kenosha. Now Wausau's trying to create some chaos on the base pads. Bunt again, pulled back again, 2-0. The Woodchucks are starting to find their comeback form this season. A lot of the times trailing in the 5th inning, they could not come back and win games in the first half. But this game is within reach. Smith Johnson, a bunt out and a ground out. Looking to put it past the infield for the first time today. A look back at first. And some revenge here is in order for Smith Johnson. He suffered an injury in the first 2-game set against Kalamazoo. Only got to hit once in that 2-game set. Did score a run, though, after suffering the injury. Behind Slater, but the runner from third will not move. Birkland will go up to second. That takes the double play ball out of effect for now. And with one swing, Wausau could potentially tie it. These are the moments that Kalamazoo was hoping to avoid. They've led this entire game since their 4-run top of the second. Whacked foul by Smith Johnson. Full count. He has started to make a name for himself in Wausau. Just a couple days ago, kids were running the bases and they were chanting, CSJ, CSJ. A fan favorite in his own right. And he takes outside. Ball 4 and 4, the 3rd consecutive inning. The Woodchucks will load the bases. And Noah Malone steps forward. Kalamazoo already has another arm working as the pitching coach for the Growlers comes out to have a talk. That's Greg Wright out there, the pitching coach. Big Iowa State fan, from what I understand, because he was a catcher at ISU in his career. First year as a pitching coach for Kalamazoo. And the goal, like we talked about earlier, for him, especially in this second half, is to get this pitching staff back to where they've been. And back to the form that got them to the Northwoods League Championship last season. Not the guy you want to face in this spot. Malone has already reached 3 times today, and he's yet to put a real charge on a ball. One ball, no strikes to Noah. The jump for him in this summer has been incredible after a so-so spring campaign at Loyola Marymount. And that slider did not curl in. 2-0. This is a tough introduction to Northwoods League baseball for Drew Duckhorn. And Cody Pachaki, Kalamazoo's manager, has seen enough. It looks like the Growlers are going to make a pitching change mid-count. So a new arm is on the way in for Kalamazoo. Duckhorn exits with the bases loaded. He only gets 1 out. It's going to go down as a third of an inning pitched for Duckhorn. So they turn to a right-hander. They were working for a left-hander there. And so now you turn to a right-hander out of the Kalamazoo bullpen. And while he takes his warm-up tosses, let's just mention that on the year, Noah Malone has done pretty good against right-handers. That looks to be number 30 from my angle. He hasn't turned around yet, the new Kalamazoo pitcher. But looking at the 1-2-3 hitters for Wausau here, this season, Malone, 364 against righties. Max Galvin, 267 against right-handers. And Dylan Schlotterback, 306 against right-handers. So the Woodchucks have had the bases loaded in the last 3 innings. But in the last 2 innings, they've only brought 2 runs home. There's Weatherspoon, Smith Johnson, Birkeland having a good time. And of course, Smith Johnson and Birkeland building the culture that Wausau demands. Of course, both of them are returners, Birkeland and Smith Johnson, and so Birkeland and Weatherspoon, both very successful players in their respective careers. And so they will be able, hopefully they're able to lead the charge for Wausau here in the second half. Logan Lockhart out of Kalamazoo College, Valparaiso, Indiana native, the new Growlers pitcher. A 2-0 count to Malone for Lockhart to start. And he responds immediately with a fastball. This is Lockhart's first appearance of the season with the Growlers as well. That fastball misses. It looks like he's going to be fastball heavy here, Lockhart. One of a chunk of Kalamazoo pitchers to arrive in the second half. Malone, a sharp grounder to short. Coy picks it to second for 1. The relay's not in time. Malone runs it out and picks up an RBI on the fielder's choice. The tying run moves to third. It's 6-5. That's the way you want to respond if you're Malone. That's a tough place to hit it. You caught really good contact, but in that situation, you just put your head down and run it out to keep the inning alive. Smith Johnson is out on the 6-4 fielder's choice. But good news for Malone. Picks up yet another RBI. Now can Galvin get something going? We told you, 267 against righties this season. RBI number 19, by the way, for Malone. Galvin, base hit right field to tie the game. Malone will move from first to third. The ball gets away from Lee. Galvin will move up to second base. Woodchucks cash in the sixth with 3 runs, and we are even at 6th now. Galvin hasn't gotten the power that he's wanted this season, but he could still put together well-placed hits like that one. If Malone wasn't sliding to third, there's a good chance he might have scored there. Now Schlotterback, 3 for 3, could give Wausau the lead. And so Duckhorn loading the bases. It comes back to haunt him. And the Woodchucks take full advantage. Just a tad low for Dillon, 2-0. Already has the RBI today on a home run, but he's been an RBI man all season. 31 of them after the home run, or 30 of them rather. Tipped foul. The Woodchucks are looking to score 4 or more runs in a single frame for the 14th time in 16 games, rather 17, at Athletic Park. That's an incredible stat. They've had big innings at home all year. Beautiful pitch to make it 2-2. Lockhart's an experienced pitcher from Kalamazoo College. 78 1/3 innings pitched in 2 years there, playing for the Northwoods League team in that area now. Strike 3 called, and the Woodchucks will leave 2 in scoring position. But Max Galvin ties this game with an RBI single, even at 6 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Class AI with Red Alloy Plus, engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud. There's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Summer Collegiate Softball is back after an outstanding inaugural season. Northwoods League Softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. The Ignite have had a couple of days off, so Jazz Estrada, their head coach, enjoys some of this game as there's a bouncing ball to second. Baldridge fields for the first out. Ignite finished the month of June with a tough 8-7 loss against the Madison Nightmares, but they have gotten into better form as of recent. They're going to play here on Thursday against the Nightmares. There's an Ignite t-shirt giveaway that night, so come on out and watch the newest team in the Northwood Softball League. Parada 0 for 3. And Lacine deals in a strike. It's good to have a pitcher like Lacine on your roster for the second half. He knows exactly what it takes to be successful in the Northwoods League. And it's tough for a guy who's been waiting for a couple of days, and the first day he's activated to his new team, to come out and make a relief appearance. But Lacine has prepared for situations like this in the past. Line drive over Birkeland's head into left center. Parada has his first hit of the day, a one-out single for Kalamazoo. The Growlers have a hit in 6 of the 7 innings tonight. So we'll see what Lacine works with some runners on. Jace Lee, boys, he had a great day in the field and at the plate. Got a single in the 3rd. Struck out looking in the 5th. Snapback throw from Weatherspoon, not in time, as Rodriguez could not get the tag applied quick enough on Parada. Trying to do what Slater, Kalamazoo's catcher, did earlier today. Lee, a line drive into left center, another base hit. Second hit for the day for Jace Lee, and the Growlers are finding contact again. Give him hit number 11 on the night. Outside of the home run from Matthew Thompson in the 6th, Kalamazoo's done a lot of it with simple base hits. I loved how the Growlers have just turned the page after the slip at the end of the first half. Weatherspoon catching Lacine for the first time, so goes out, gives him a little fist bump, tries to reset, maybe try to get Ryan Strakurikoff to ground into a double play. I think the Growlers and Cody Pachaki, their head coach, understand flipping the page to the second half, leaving the first half behind them. Like we said, Kalamazoo ended the first half on a 4-game losing skid. They led the Great Lakes East for most of June. Slipped right at the end. As a team, you got to say, leave that there. The record's reset. Let's go win a second half championship. And it's different from Wausau's approach, right? Because the Woodchucks are looking to build off of the first half. Their mindset is, wow, if a couple things go our way, we win that first half. So let's tighten it up a little bit, build off of winning back-to-back games to end the first half and start the second half the right way. Caught the zone there, 2-1. Kirikoff a combined 1 for 7 at the plate against Wausau this season. A quick stoppage by our home plate umpire, who is Noah Fahey today, as he makes sure the count is correct up here in our press box. And it's 2-2. Every single time the Woodchucks today have threatened, Kalamazoo has reestablished their lead. Lee trying to do it right here. The 2-2 is popped up in foul ground. Will it stay in play? Rodriguez drops it out of his mitt. Or it pops out of his mitt, rather, as he calls off Weatherspoon at the last second. Boy, that's a tough one, especially for Lacine to swallow. But now you got to focus on the next pitch. Maybe try to get Kirikov to strike out. That's been the name of the game for Lacine. Had 25 strikeouts this past spring. 2-2. Slider in. Got to remember, Dom Rodriguez does not play first base often, and that is a tough play for any infielder to make there in foul ground. But I love how he is working to get better at first base. Called strike 3. Big strikeout. First strikeout of the Northwoods League season for Richie Lacine. The Woodchucks have struck out 6 combined hitters today. And if you get a hold here, then the momentum starts tipping in your favor. Threw the same exact pitch to Slater to start his at-bat, 0-1. Jay's been good at catcher today, but looking to get his bat alive. Looking for his first hit since last week. Fly ball foul. Just 3 hits, or 11 hits rather, for Slater this season. He did have a hit against Fond du Lac, but he was 3 for 3 last week against Battle Creek on the road. Base hit here would be huge. Tips off the glove of Weatherspoon. Both runners will move, and now with a 1-2 count, this becomes a huge out to get. Look at the scene. We got a train going on in the background now here at Athletic Park. A perfect night in Wausau, and a great game to watch too. This is a ground ball to second. Baldridge over to first, and Lacine is out of the inning. A fist bump for Richie. We will stretch here in Wausau, tied at 6 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country, or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
Why is it a good thing for people to call Miss Dig 811?
Because we don't want stuff to blow up. Because you don't want to hit a pipe or anything.
You have no idea what's underneath the ground, man.
To make your digging safer.
Purely safety.
To be safe.
To make sure that people are being safe.
People should call 811 to stay safe.
It's important to me because that way you're protecting the people in the community around you.
I think I can speak for a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Call sails around the path.
In college, it's a lot of pressure, but like here, everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
So at Athletic Park, we are even at 6 runs apiece. Back and forth tight game between two Great Lakes foes. Wausau out of the west, Kalamazoo out of the east. Two teams looking to get their second half off to a good start. Strike one to Solis. This might be Max's last chance to carry on his 10-game hit streak. Missed on a slider, and it is 0-2. Credit Logan Lockhart for coming in. His first appearance, just like Lucene, settling the ship after some trouble for the Growlers in the bottom of the 6th. All-time, Wausau leads this series 26-24. This is game number 51 ever played between the Chucks and Growlers. Solis fights it off, swung at that one late to stay alive. Even if he doesn't carry his hit streak, this has still been a productive day. 2 walks. He has been out on the base pads twice, though. A little bit unlucky. Each of Wausau's last 5 games have been decided by 3 runs or less. A fly ball foul from Solis. Which means Wausau should be very comfortable in a situation like this. Yeah, they've been here before. They had a stretch of 4 straight games at the back half of the first half, all decided by 1 run. It's crazy. A little loop shot into shallow right, and it's a base hit. Solis extends his hit streak. Those are the kind of hits that Solis just wasn't getting at the beginning of the season. Yes, he can hit one onto 3rd Street and maybe into the Wisconsin River, but he can also send one the opposite way and find a way on base like that. Now, let's see if Solis can have a clean trip around the bases. Rodriguez has also been out on the bases today. Tried to stretch out a double. He was cut down at second. And he fouls the first pitch he sees. You could call that last Max Solis hit a Texas leaguer. If you're wondering what that means, it's a bloop that falls between an outfielder and an infielder for a hit. And that Texas leaguer term goes back to Ollie Pickering, back when he played in the minor leagues. He had 7 bloop singles at a point. This is a roller to second, underhanded toss to second for 1. They turn the double play. Heck of a play by Matt Thompson to start that. Coy and Parada finish it. 2 gone in the 7th. Kalamazoo's field has been great all night. That continues right there. That Texas leaguer term is because Pickering had 7 consecutive bloop singles in a Texas League game in May of 1892. Hit by pitch to Baldridge. Second time he's been hit today. Back-to-back plate appearances where he's been pelted with a baseball. But with there being 2 outs here in the 7th, there's not a lot of damage done with that play. Now Lockhart against Weatherspoon, and a ball low to begin Jake's at-bat. Jake has been with the Woodchucks since day 1. A big piece of half of the Woodchucks wins in the first half. Woodchucks won 10 games with Weatherspoon at catcher in the first half. And he's got to be a little more banged up than everybody because Sexton and Solis, the other two catchers, got here later in the first half. So Weatherspoon has been a real warrior. And he's showing no signs of slowing down. Has timely hits throughout the season. Look back at first, and Baldridge is safe. Baldridge has moved it a couple of times this season. You obviously don't want a two-out runner to move and get into scoring position. You want to keep this game tied. Foul tip from Jake. Jake hasn't shown a ton of power this season, but that's because he hasn't needed to. Hits in 3 of his last 4. All of them have been singles. And a pitch fought off high and tight. Weatherspoon has reached in 11 of his last 12 games. That streak continued with a walk and a run scored in the 6th. And another foul off. Weatherspoon is making it tough on Lockhart to end the 7th. It's going to come down to the bullpens tonight. Bullpens that have kind of readjusted with the start of the second half. You might need some new arms to do the job for you. Weatherspoon ropes one to short. Coy will go to second for the force out. After a leadoff single, Kalamazoo gets out of the 7th with no damage done. Tight one here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what, if you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, one, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. Like, I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Connections matter. From a simple hello to building a bond. From small towns to downtowns. Are your connections strong? Fiber internet from 123net. Where you work, where you live, wherever you need to connect. 123net.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Tonight's beautiful Northwoods League baseball game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. A portion of the proceeds for each bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation. Third pitcher of the day for Wausau as we enter the 8th. It's that man right there, Landon Sexton. Sexton making his 9th appearance of the season. He comes in with a 4-2 record, tied for the team lead in wins recorded this year. A slider is outside to the first hitter he sees, Avery Thielman. Sexton pitched a couple of days ago against Green Bay, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. So looking to respond after getting into a tight spot in that 5-4 loss. But before then, Sexton, 3 innings of no-hit baseball in a clutch win at Madison. He picked up the win there. From York, South Carolina, back in the high school days, he played for Tri-State Arsenal and the Charlotte Megastars. And by the way, one of the most respectful kids that I've come across. His parents raised him right. Every single time you talk to him, yes, sir, no, sir. Treats every single person in the organization with a ton of respect, and the fans love him too. Swing and a miss. Thielman was way late on that fastball, and it's the first out of the 8th. Landon Sexton burying one down the throat. Great story with this guy, too. Was not expected to pitch the entire season or at least go past the first half, but he loved this team, felt like he was pitching good, wanted to stay, and now he gets to. Now 79 on the slider there. Strike 1. When Sexton is dealing, he is one of the most unhittable pitchers in the Northwoods League. And one of the reasons he's probably pitching today is because Corey Thompson knows about his past success against Kalamazoo. 4 innings of work, only allowing 2 hits. We talked about it in the pregame show. He struck out 8 in the Woodchucks' 12-3 win. Bunt down the first base line, and it'll drift foul. Landon said he loved pitching in Kalamazoo, by the way, at Homer Stryker Field. Said that was his favorite field that he's pitched at. But he's also been successful at Athletic Park, so no love lost there. He grew up in South Carolina. There are no Major League Baseball teams in South Carolina, so he elected to cheer for the Braves growing up. Thompson keeps himself alive as that one's whacked foul. Hit so hard that it deflected back into right field, where Kenosha's relief pitcher, who's helping make sure no balls get onto the field from the bullpen, was helping out. Ground ball towards the right side. Baldred throwing on the run. It's late. Sexton tried to field that one, but kind of slipped as he was looking to take that off the mound. The speedy Matthew Thompson has his 3rd hit of the day. And a bit dangerous, Matthew Thompson, because he can run. Although he only's got 1 stolen base on the year. We've seen his speed all day today. This would be the right time for Akers to get a charge on one. Runner stays, and it's a ball outside. Brody 2 for 10 in the 3 games he's played against Wausau. Like we said, he was a major piece of the Northwoods League championship team last year for Kalamazoo. Hit .409 in the playoffs. That's rising to the occasion. That's about 100 points better than his season batting average. Reese Clapp was used yesterday, so it's going to be up to other arms in the Wausau bullpen to try to seal this one. They also got to find a way to take the lead. Did that hit Akers? It did. Umpire's waiting for the signal, and now he does give it. And Akers is on to first base. Sexton thought that that ball hit the knob of the bat. He thought it was a foul ball. Corey Thompson slowly struts out of his dugout to just check with the home plate umpire here. Like we said, a guy who's going to fight for his player, so if Sexton thought that that was a foul ball, Corey Thompson is at least going to go check and make sure. The umpires are going to get together. Corey asks them to have a conference, and they will. Matthew Newman is the home base umpire at first base. Let's see. Ooh, it looks like it might have gone off the knob, but it also might have simultaneously caught a piece of Akers' wrist. But it had to have hit one of the two first. It had to have either hit the knob of the bat first or his wrist. And this is a big call because 2 on with 1 out is good shape. The call's going to stand. Hit by pitch puts Akers on for the second time today, and now Kalamazoo's best hitter steps forward. Noah Coy has been quiet today, but this would be a great time for him to give the Growlers the lead back. Coy showed bunt. He went around there, strike 1. Kalamazoo has shown the small ball a couple times today. Maybe that's how they want to get a go-ahead run across. Sexton fires. Bunt attempt again. It's a pop-up that goes on to the suites and back into the home seats. You never see a foul ball come there. And the fan right smack dab in the middle gets a souvenir. Listen, not a lot of baseballs come behind home plate, but you bring your glove to the ball game always. He's rewarded. So now with an 0-2 count, Coy's got to swing. And he swings and misses at a breaking ball. Sexton has his second strikeout. He is 1 out away from taking care of the 8th. Sexton, a guy who's loved playing in front of these fans. He does not give up a lot of free passes. How about strikeout number 19 on the year right there for Landon? He's someone that pitches with guts. In the transfer portal after 1 year at USC Upstate. I'm telling you what, college coaches, he's one of the few on this Wausau team, one of the many actually, that if you have not given a call to, go ahead and take care of that tonight after the game. Schaus rips one to short. Baldridge over to first. And once again, the Woodchucks get into a little bit of trouble, but get out of an inning unscathed. They'll look to take the lead in the bottom half of the 8th next on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
As a leader in orthopedics and sports medicine, you have access to great care here in Southwest Michigan. Whether you're a baseball player, a weekend warrior, or just enjoy being active, Bronson Sports Medicine will treat your injury and help prevent future injuries through a proper conditioning program. We're proud to be the official team physicians for the Kalamazoo Growlers. For additional information on our sports medicine services, visit bronsonhealth.com/sportsmedicine or call 855-618-2676.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players at Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches. plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
The Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, Stadium Mustard. Kalamazoo goes from one Kalamazoo College pitcher to another. Logan Lockhart exits after an inning and 2/3 of scoreless work. And another righty, Ben Van Ness, takes his place. He's pitched 3 years at Kalamazoo College, and he holds a career 4.62 ERA. Got an interesting windup. The release point is late from him. He almost has a hitch in his throw to where he fires at the very last second, but almost has his arm in a throwing motion as he's pitching. Kind of the old school pitcher, where you lean back and then thrust forward when you're throwing. Tie ball game here, 6-6. We're in for another exciting finish. And Birkeland has worked a 3-1 count here. Good to see him get an RBI single back in the 6th. After that, Malone and Galvin picked up RBIs in the top of the order to tie this game. On the outside corner, full count. The Growlers this year in one-run games, 3-3. The Woodchucks 6-5. Birkeland throws the bat at it. Roll it to short. Thompson fires on the run and gets Birkeland by a half a step. 1 out. So instead of leadoff walk, Van Ness takes care of the first hitter he sees. Let's see what our player to watch for Wausau has in store for us late. Christian Smith-Johnson's 0 for 2 with a walk. The stats would say he'd be able to find a hit here late. No arms preparing in the Wausau bullpen, which would make you think that Sexton is going to be back out for the 9th. Chopper to third, collected by Akers. His throw across is on the money. 2 ground ball outs for Ben Van Ness. And this is the way you want to do it on the road. Get out of an inning quickly, get back to your dugout, try to take the lead in the 9th. Gotta be careful of some power here. Malone and Galvin are your next 2 hitters you gotta face. Both of them are into the color pink, by the way. Breaking ball at 74. Catches the middle of the zone for strike 1. Kalamazoo has not had a 3-up, 3-down inning defensively today. And I think if they do get through this inning quickly, it goes back to getting Birkeland. I mean, Jake was on a 3-1 count, thought he might take a leadoff walk. Van Ness battled back. That's why it's so important to get the lead hitter. These 2 teams will face again tomorrow. 6:35, first pitch. Once again, we will see you guys that time on ESPN+. Van Ness delivers. Blocked at the plate. by Slater. He's been really good today, by the way, for Kalamazoo. After two no doubt wins from both teams in the first two-game set, this has been tight. And it's a strike three down the middle for Ben Van Ness. Kalamazoo takes Wausau out in order. We head to the ninth, even at 6 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Dan Wood Company has been serving Southwest Michigan since 1991 and has been a part of a family tradition that has served Michigan from coast to coast for 110 years. One by one, we have built trust with our customers, providing the very best plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and water treatment services. Call us today and find out why getting the right repair on the first visit is why we say none compare with Woods Repair. Visit danwoodco.com.
Honeybees have walked it off in 8. But dive and catch, my goodness!
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud, there's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like because there's a ton of hours. And I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
We are into the ninth. Beautiful sunset here at Athletic Park. These are the 50-50 games that if you want to make the playoffs, maybe win a second half, you gotta win these. 4, 5, 6 for Sexton to face here in the ninth. Parada lifts one foul and out of play. That one goes behind the seats. 0-1 count to Antonio, who is 1 for 4. Reached third base in the 7th, but was stranded there. These teams have combined for 23 hits today, but they've left some runners on. Wausau has left 9. Kazoo has left 7. Ground ball to second. This is Baldridge, who throws on the run just in time to take care of Parada, who tried to dive in to race out an infield single. And just like we said, in games like this, you've got to be able to get the lead runner. Not an easy play to make, by the way, for Baldridge, and I accept the hustle all the way from Parada. Can Jace Lee continue to do what he's done against Wausau this season? The people in Kalamazoo call him the Woodchuck Killer. 6 hits for Lee against Wausau in 3 games. There's a reason why we had him be the player to watch for Kalamazoo today. Nice slider. Lee didn't want to swing at that. 0-2. If the Woodchucks can put up a 0 here, they got a chance to walk it off for the 3rd time this season. It would be their 2nd walk-off win at home in the last 3 days. And a heck of a way to start the second half. Fastball fouled away. The Woodchucks lost 2 heartbreakers by 1 run apiece to Green Bay last Friday and Saturday, but responded with tight wins over Kenosha. Looking to get a 3rd straight win and go 8 games over 500. If they can go through 8 games over 500, it would be the most games over 500 that Wausau has been this season. They're 7 games over 500. They've done that 4 times, most of them in the backstretch of the first half. Lee trying to stay alive. 0-2. Sexton frustrated about that pitch, but he's still ahead in the count. He was looking to curl that slider into the bottom left corner of the zone and ring Lee up, who's already struck out looking today. Swing and a miss. Sexton responds with a blazing fastball at the top of the zone to get his 3rd strikeout. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th, and Sexton has started to build a little bit of thick skin in late innings. And he continues to shut down Kalamazoo, just as he did in mid-June. Kirikoff gets one that's off the knob and fouled away. Justice, if you're a Woodchucks fan, after Woodchucks thought one was fouled off the knob in the 8th. Ended up being called a hit by pitch. It was such a close play. Umpires stuck with their original decision on that one. Kirikoff pops it up. It will go out of play. Sexton looking to go 1, 2, 3 and send us to the bottom of the 9th. Here on this beautiful Tuesday evening to begin the month of July. He's ready, and he gets a swing and a miss on a slider. Easy does it for Landon Sexton. Let's see if the Woodchucks can walk it off next on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
My host families, who I still stay in touch with to this day. Had a great time there. Enjoyed my time playing with the Mashers. Definitely different than I could have ever expected, but definitely enjoyed the time here.
Honestly, one of the best summers I've ever had. I got to stay with a great host family that I still see a couple times a year now, and honestly, it was the perfect introduction into professional baseball.
Why is it a good thing for people to call Miss Dig 811?
Because we don't want stuff to blow up.
Because you don't want to hit a pipe or anything.
You have no idea what's underneath ground, man.
To make your digging safer.
Purely safety.
To be safe.
To make sure that people are being safe.
People should call 811 to stay safe.
It's important to me because that way you're protecting the people in the community around you.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
The lights are bright here at Athletic Park as we look for a hero in the bottom of the 9th. The Woodchucks looking for a walk-off for their 3rd straight win. Woody wants a walk-off. Let's see if Galvin can provide it. Van Ness tosses a strike in, 73-mile-an-hour curveball. Max Galvin has never got a walk-off hit for the Woodchucks. It would be a great time to do it right now. The key is getting the lead runner on. Galvin had the RBI to tie the game. Foul tip into the mitt. 1-2. After a wild 6th inning, both bullpens have got it together. 5 straight frames with zeros. Does that change here? Galvin puts one off the glove of Van Ness. He's going to run out. The infield single. Max Galvin showing off the hustle. As an awkward play right there. Thompson couldn't field it in time. The Woodchucks have their lead runner aboard. Not a ton of speed for Galvin. You do not want to be put out on the base pads in this spot. Schlotterback's been so good this year. 30 RBIs, a home run earlier today. He's got a 3-hit game going. Looking for his second 4-hit game of the year and his first since May. Into right. That's popped out for Lee, who makes the catch. Couldn't find the barrel there, Schlotterback. Put some great contact on it. Was trying to hit it the other way. Here's a guy who could absolutely end it with one swing. Mr. Boom, Max Solis Jr. 5 home runs in his last 10 games. Van Ness isn't phased. A strike to start Solis. How about this for a first appearance for a pitcher in the Northwoods League? Thrown into immediate pressure. Popped high in the air, foul. Solis is so athletic, so strong. When he catches the right pitch, it can go a long way. Trying to help out his teammate from last year, Max Galvin, who represents the winning run for Wausau. There's your home run count. A walk-off homer here would tie him for the division lead. Look back at first. Galvin is safe. The great part about the way that Max Solis has played this season, and especially as of late, is you expect him to come through in spots like this. The curveball didn't drop. Two balls, 2 strikes to Solis. 1 for 2 today. Ground ball up the middle. Coy collects, fires, and gets the out, but the winning run moves into scoring position. So now it's down to the guy who walked it off 2 days ago in Dom Rodriguez. Dom had an infield RBI single to walk off Kenosha in a 9-8 victory. After talking with him afterwards, he said he didn't like his swing that much. He's going to need a strong base hit likely to win it here. What does Kalamazoo do here? Dom is 3 for 4 with a home run. Do you go to Baldridge? He's 1 for 2. Trying to play the percentages right now. Whacked down the line, foul. Here's the thing. Rodriguez likes to pull the ball into left. Galvin is an average base runner. So if he hammers one into left, it could be a bang-bang play at the plate if Galvin is sent. 1-1, high and tight. Yet another tight game for Wausau this year against a Great Lakes East opponent. They have had plenty of those. Multiple one-run affairs against opposite division foes. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez was looking to end the game on that pitch. Van Ness trying to send us to extras. It would be the second time we go to extras at Athletic Park this year. Fouled away. Rodriguez sending that one a long way. The Woodchucks have not led today. Trailed by 4 early. Made it a 1-run game in the 6th, then trailed by 3 and tied the game in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to win it in the 9th. Hit foul again by Rodriguez. And for Kalamazoo, this is where you got to stand up and say what happened in the first half in these kind of games. The frustrating stretch to end the first half. We're not going to let that define us in the second half. Athletic Park crowd making some noise. What can Dom do? Line drive right center, base hit. Galvin's getting the wave. He will score for the second time in the last 3 days. Dom Rodriguez walks it off for the Woodchucks. And Wausau wins their 3rd straight by a 7-6 score. Dom does it again for the Woodchucks. Galvin comes in to score. He's starting to become clutch on this team. The Woodchucks come back to win it. They take down Kalamazoo for the 2nd time this season and start the second half on a high note. Dom is drenched. The Woodchucks are 22-14 in 2025. They'll look for a 2-game sweep, and they will look to win the season series over Kalamazoo tomorrow with the 6:35 first pitch. This has been a presentation of Northwoods League Baseball here at Athletic, or a presentation of Northwoods League Baseball at Athletic Park tonight. For everybody on our production crew, including our producer Mariah Cox, my name is Matt Clark. Dom Rodriguez walks it off, and the Woodchucks win 7-6. You've been watching the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Chloe, make someone text you, or not. Sorry, text in the group chat. Get that walk off.
Will do. I'll get it right.
Yeah, Matt. Come on, Sear.